Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and this time we will try to refer to some ongoing events. I mean ongoing for a while already, because this madness which I want to discuss today started on the 24th of February 2022, and it's not this what media are talking about all the time. Recently it faded away a little bit. I mean the conflict in Ukraine that recently attracted a lot of attention from the media side, but it lasts since 2014 with different intensity. And the ones who are really observing the reality know that the others are simply manipulated, misinformed by mainstream media, as always. So I would like to refer this time to massive migration of people, mainly people from Ukraine, mainly to Poland, and the stupid geopolitical ideas about the Polish-Ukrainian Union between Poland and this what's actually left after Ukraine. And I would like to speculate, I think most likely this is the case, what can be the reason of such the reason of such political moves, political suggestions, and geopolitical ideas of connection between Poland and Ukraine, which historically is not justified, because in 17th century and in the beginning of 18th century, Polish Sejm, which was actually equivalent of parliament, and also Polish king approved it, tried to propose three-side union with Cossacks, because there was already a Commonwealth of Poland and Lithuania existing. So we gave after Khmelnytsky uprising, actually rebellion, we proposed to Cossacks Commonwealth, entrance to the Commonwealth as a third part, equal part with Poland and Union, not with Ukrainians but with Cossacks and people who declare themselves as Little Russians. Yes. And they rejected it. They selected to be aligned with Crimean Tatars, so the fifth of Ottoman Empire. Okay, their choice. And during the Northern War, which lasted from 1700 to 1721, Polish authorities, king and Sejm, so those days parliament in Poland, also proposed for the second time union to Cossacks as a commonwealth, equal member of the Commonwealth with Poland and Lithuania, so trilateral Commonwealth. They rejected again. They selected Ottomans again. Yeah, because this was their level of actually not Ottomans but Crimean Tatars, but indirectly Ottomans. So this was their civilizational level, not the civilizational level on which Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was those days. And in my opinion, they stayed on this low, warlike civilizational level, what was later proved by the massacre they were doing on Polish and mainly Jewish neighbors at the end of First and during the Second World War, because this nation actually, as many people said, knows no mercy like Russians, but also they are quite aggressive, especially towards civilians, their civilians, which was proven, as I said, at the end of 1917, 1980s, when they were fighting in eastern Galicia with Polish people for the land, and later within the period 1939 to 1947, with the culmination of these massacres in summer 1943 in Volhynia. So we see that their civilizational level didn't improve very much, and nowadays I claim that it didn't change. So this idea of connecting Poland and Ukraine, it's actually something that cannot work, because if two potential partners are with completely different set of values and civilizational level, such union and collaboration will not work. It will end up badly and really tragically. And one should think, what's the source of such ideas? In my opinion, in some Western centers of power, in this case Anglo-Saxons, like in some centers like London, New York, or Washington, or these three centers, some geostrategists were sitting and thinking, and they realized that they cannot rely on in the continental Europe on Germany anymore. They cannot rely on France, because American and French antagonism is quite old and known. They cannot rely on Italy because Italy is too weak. Of course, they cannot rely on Spain for two reasons. Spain is too weak. Spain for three. Spain is too weak. Spain is too far, and Spain, society of Spain, due to historical reasons, it's really extremely anti-American and anti-Anglo-Saxon. So these strategists were thinking, okay, Germany is about something above 80 something million of people, so if we connect Polish and modern Ukraine, we will have roughly also 80 millions of people, and geographically, as long as Ukraine still holds Odessa, one should mention, we have a connection from the Black Sea to the Baltic Sea, so we isolate Germany from Russia, and they cannot connect, so it will be harder and harder to kick us, they mean Anglo-Saxons, from the continental Europe, and at the end of the day it will be harder and harder to kick us out from Eurasia. Yeah, when one looks from the distance, from Washington, London, or New York, it seems doable, but when one looks from close up and knows this what I mentioned, and also our very difficult, turbulent and bloody past, it will not work. It will end up, if it happens, I hope not, as another Balkanization, like between Croats, Serbs and Bosniaks. And one needs to also mention that very often things in Central and Eastern Europe, they look much nicer from the distance. Here I need to recall the case of Polish intellectualist after Second World War on emigration in Paris. His idea of close collaboration and bilateral relations between Poland, Lithuania, Belarus and Ukraine, and almost brotherhood, maybe from the theoretical point of view they sound nice, and from the distance, when you look at this region of Europe from the distance, they seem even possible. But when you come to this region, look from the close up at everything, current situation, and also the unresolved issues from the past and many others, you see that these are only delusions, very detrimental delusions. If implemented, they will end up really badly. So I think that this what we observe now, this approach to taking many Ukrainians to Poland, actually serving them, giving them everything, treating them as even better than own citizens, what government in Poland currently is doing, is actually serving the Western, most likely mainly Anglo-Saxon idea of creating a bloc of two states to separate Russia from Germany. Yeah, I know, idea from the distance maybe looks doable and really nice, but sometimes if one looks from close up, it's not so easy. And I hope it will not happen, because if it happens, it will not work. It will end up as in the same way as former Yugoslavia. All the best, have a nice day, bye, and let's hope for the best.